God, this was hard. If I could only keep 10 designer fragrances for life. Hey, Dr. Magnifiscent here. Welcome to the Nashville Nose. Fabulous. As you should very well know by now, I have a fantastic plethora.
Would you say I have a plethora?
Of designer and niche fragrances. I am more the type of person to gravitate towards niche just because you usually find more originality, more creative freedom, and better performance. Then again, most of them will cost you more. But there are so many special, unique, and extremely wonderful smelling designer releases out there. I ain't no snob. Well, maybe a little. So I painstakingly sifted through my entire collection with a fine-tooth comb, and after several drafts, I think I've come to a top group. Let's get to it before I start revising my list for the 100th time. But first, if you haven't yet, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. It's the best way to support, along with helping to spread the word. Thank you. Okay, 10 designer fragrances I can't live without. The doctor is now in. Well, you knew I'd have to have a Tom Ford in here, and you knew there would have to be some tobacco scents on this list, so why don't we just get Tom Ford's Tobacco Oud Intense out of the way. I debated on whether to select Tobacco Oud Intense or just the original Tobacco Oud. I couldn't decide on scent profile alone because I do love them both in their own special way. Tobacco Oud is bold and boozy. Tobacco Oud Intense, ironically, is more smooth and velvety. Strange, right? So I had to pull the ripcord and apply the rarity / price factor. And this one is such a unicorn. Really hard to find, and even harder to find under half a grand. It's so expensive. I got lucky though and found someone selling a used one on eBay, and it still cost me more than literally anything else in my collection. I also find it more versatile than Tobacco Oud due to its, again, ironically, less intense nature. The name makes no sense, but the smell is out of this world. So yeah, I will never part with it. I spent a pretty penny for it. Mamma mia! And it was worth getting in exchange for said pretty penny. Don't worry though, this list isn't just gonna be expensive, depressing, discontinued tragedies. There's plenty of readily available ones I love just as much. Like the still widely available Terre d'Hermès Parfum by Hermès. It's fresh, it's woodsy, featuring a delightfully zingy grapefruit and bitter orange up top. Kind of a dirty orange when combined with oak moss, which gives it an overall mature and distinguished feel, but doesn't smell old. It has a nice ambery base of benzoin, offering a modern shade, therefore creating a truly timeless designer work of art. For the summer, I've really fallen in love with Light Blue Forever by Dolce & Gabbana. This is a sexy summer scent. It has that fresh, vibrant, people-pleasing, grapefruit-dominant scent DNA of the line, but this one gets real musky in the base. And some vetiver ups the sophistication. To some skin types, the sexy muskiness in this edition doesn't always work, but for me and my skin, it's an insane compliment getter, which isn't the only reason I love it. I think it just walks the line of designer and universal pleasantness, but then offers an uncommon nuance for an otherwise mass-appealing freshie. If you've been eyeing this up, I recommend acting fast, because I have a feeling it will be harder to hunt down as time goes on. For my other top summer fave for this list, Acqua Eau de Parfum. It was a tough call between this and Profumo, but Profumo is long discontinued, and I don't want this whole list to be flooded with selections you can't find. I feel like the straight-up Eau de Parfum will be around for a while. I find it to be much further on the mass appeal level than Light Blue Forever. There's no musky, earthy, or spicy twist, but I still find it to be really great and strangely really interesting for being the direct Eau de Parfum flanker of the most known designer fragrance of all time, maybe due to the slight touch of lavender, clary sage, and vetiver. This is one I put on when I want that I will smell amazing guarantee and everyone around me will love it. It doesn't make you think too hard. Same concept with this next one. Another easy reach for the fall and winter when I know I'm just gonna smell good. So good, in fact. Stronger with you, absolutely. So good. Again, walking that tightrope between everyday basic, but with a refined, boozy twist. Rum combined with sweet vanilla and that famous roasted chestnut note with a solid cedar and patchouli backbone. All the appeal of the original, but just more better. Basically, whenever I'm up here trying to decide what to wear and we lock eyes, I say to myself, oh heck Yeah. Let's go, boo. Every time I reach for it, and I do reach for it a lot in the colder weather, I think it makes sense to factor in frequency of wear into this list. Because if I'm only keeping 10 for life, they better be 10 that get a fair amount of use. Man, who knew Armani would make 3 on this list? I don't know. I guess I'm a big fan. And I'm still head over heels for Armani Code Absolu. Again, just adds a layer of refinement to its original DNA. Not sure where, because both have tonka bean, suede, vanilla, and woods. I guess Absolu is heavier on the vanilla, maybe a bit heavier on the suede, because it just has a warmer, cozier, yet slightly rougher vibe. There's also additions of carrot seed and orange blossom. So yeah, there's just a lot to it. Also, solid performance. Not as beastly as Stronger With You Absolutely. I mean, that's a high bar, but solid. When it comes to the house of Dior, I still have yet to find one that tops Dior Homme Parfum. And yes, this is the old school bottle. Harder to find in the US, but it does pop up from time to time. Nowadays, we have the new Parfum, but after trying that, it's nice, but more in line with something like Dior Homme Intense. It just lacks a lot of depth you get from the older batches. Yeah, the gorgeous iris rose and amped up leather combo in here is unmatched. That's the difference between the aforementioned, but hey, if you can't find a vintage batch or afford the discontinuation tax, so to speak, don't fret. Intense or the modern Parfum will get you close. Oh yeah, Intense is still a great one. But if you can, I do highly recommend it. In my mind, I'd rather spend extra for this one than for several other comparable things, because it's become my Dior Homme no-brainer go-to. I rarely ever wear Intense since acquiring this Parfum, but hey, that's just me. And that's not the only Dior on this list. If Homme Parfum is my #1 Dior, this is the closest second you can imagine. Wow. I just love Fahrenheit Le Parfum. Kinda like I explained earlier, Homme Parfum is like my super special occasion Dior, and Fahrenheit Le Parfum is one I reach for more often, one of my top signature scent worthy year-round champs in my opinion. It's as easy to love as the original Fahrenheit, but levels up with a boozy rum note. Licorice, rugged suede, and an extra dose of vanilla to smooth the whole thing, especially with that renowned violet leaf accord giving it that famous petrol-like smell. Hey, and if you're one of those weirdos that loves the smell of gasoline, I think it may be for you. Why don't we go with another private blend? This time from Yves Saint Laurent. Come on, there's no way I'm not gonna include Tuxedo in this list. It's timeless, it's versatile. It's elegant. And with a name like Tuxedo, expect some top-level shit. One of the best patchouli fragrances on the planet. It's aromatic, it's ozonic, also with violet leaf. Similar effect to Fahrenheit, but done in a different way. Super classy and super fun, which just speaks to its versatility. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. You don't gotta wear a jacket like this beauty. You'll just smell great. All there is to it. And lastly, there's no way I'm not gonna have a Chanel on this list. And it was a tough call. Do I go with my often summer-worn Allure Homme Edition Blanche? Or the bold, powerful, wise and mighty Le Lion? After some harsh narrowing down, I decided to go with my trusty Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. There's a lot of blue-style fragrances in the mainstream. You know, the clean, fresh, shower jelly types. Many are redundant, but Bleu de Chanel, the EDP in particular, keeps me intrigued. Maybe from that subtle touch of incense, nutmeg, and amberwood. It has this fascinating twist somewhere deeply tucked in, which sets it apart from the Sauvage, YSL-Y, D&G-K types, which really do smell like straight-up shower gel to me. There's just something enchanting about Bleu de Chanel. An easy daily driver, but with a good level of something upper class. I think it sums up the appeal of designer fragrances in the first place. The appeal. You're gonna smell good to everyone in your scent cloud. I simply can't imagine not having it in my collection. And I couldn't imagine not having you as an official nostril by subscribing if you haven't yet. Yes, subscribe, like, ring the bell to support the channel and help us get through to those finicky algorithm gods. Spread the word on your socials or send me to your pheromone challenge friends and family. Maybe to those searching for a starting point to build their own collection, because these are great designer selections to begin with as well. And as always, leave me your fragrant thoughts in the comments, because this ain't no fragrance channel. It's a community. Oh yes, Of course. I knew that. Most importantly, won't you join me next time for another insanely challenging video? Oh yeah, after all, I have my top 10 niche picks for life coming soon. I better get started on that now. Okay, stay smelly till then. The doctor is out. Wish me luck.